Hello and welcome to Mission 3, Lesson 18. Our student objective for this lesson is to find whole number quotients and remainders. So again, find whole number quotients and remainders. So essentially what we're doing, we are solving, quotient is the answer to a division problem. We need to be able to solve division problems when they have remainders. That's what we're doing, solving division problems today. So let's take a look at some. In fact, let's start with this one with a little video from our friends at Flowcabulary. And let's see what the king and the peasant have to say about long division.
Your Grace, we have the prisoner.
Bring him forth.
He's accused of holding classes in the forest, Your Grace. He's been teaching the peasants.
Teaching them? Teaching them what?
I'm teaching them math, Your Grace, long division.
Teaching them black magic and sorcery?
No, Your Grace, it's...
Long division? Throw him in the pit of doom.
You do know what long division is, right, Your Grace?
Of course I know. I'm the king. But explain it to me anyway.
I'll go warm up the pit, Your Grace.
Let's divide 745 by 6. First, we set it up like this. Then, follow the steps for one digit now. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. I divide 6 into 7 first, and I know 6 fits inside 7 one time. So I write 1 up top and keep it in line with the 7. Since that's the one I divided, then I multiply 6 times 1, that's 6. I write it down below here, son.
Did he call me son?
The next part is fun. I subtract 7 minus 6 and I get 1. The party's not over now. I need to bring the next digit down. I bring the 4 down beside, I see 14. And now's the time to repeat these steps again, my king. You get it?
I think I'm following.
6 into 14 is 2 times, then 2 times 6 is 12. Oh my, 14 minus 12 is 2, so we write it and bring down the 5.
I'm getting excited.
6 into 25 goes 4 times. 4 times 6 is 24, no lie. When we subtract, we have 1 left over.
Throw it in the pit of doom.
No, it's called the remainder. We write it like this on the paper. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. That's how we do long division now. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. That's how we do long division now. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down.
This magical long division spell must be outlawed.
Nah, it's not magic, it's mathematics. This is just one approach, but it's a classic. Let's check our work and see if it sticks. We think 745 divided by 6 equals 124, remainder 1. I could rewrite that as multiplication. First I multiply in the ones place, then the tens place, then hundreds, okay? Ooh, look at that, what I found, it's 744. But now add the 1, the remainder, 745. That means 100 groups of 6 fit inside, plus 20 groups of 6 are combined, and 4 groups of 6, oh my. Then 1 is left over like this.
Your Grace, we've warmed up the pit.
That's long division, and if you like, you can join us in the forest every Friday night. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. That's how we do long division now. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. That's how we do long division now. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down.
I have learned a lot about long division. But throw him in the pit of doom anyway!
Let's take a look of one on our own. And let's say that division equation was 83 divided by 7. So we have 83 of something and we want to divide it by 7. Now, remember, our steps are going to be divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. And then we just repeat, and it's just we're constantly repeating those steps. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. So I'm going to take a look here to start with. Let's change colors here. And remember, I start with my biggest place value, which in this case is the tens place of the 83. So the first thing I do is divide. So I say, what is 8 divided by 7? Because I have 8 of something, and I'm dividing it into 7 groups. So 8 divided by 7. How many times can 7 go into 8 without going over? Well, 7 can go into 8 without going over 1 time. Okay, go in there only 1 time. Okay. My second step, and so I put the 1, notice, right above the 8. I put it right up here. My second step is to multiply. So I multiply the 7 times whatever number I just wrote up here. And in this case, it's a 1. So 7 times 1. And 7 times 1 is 7. So I write the 7 below the 8. My third step is to subtract. So I subtract that 7 from the 8. 8 minus 7 equals 1. And then my final step is this B, is to bring down. So I bring down the next place value, which is this 3, and I join it with whatever I had left over after my subtraction. So I'd bring that 3 down, join it with the 10 that I had left over, and that forms a new number, 13. And then I start the process over again. So notice I'm out of steps here. I just brought it down. So what do? I start over again. I start with dividing. But now, this is my new magic number. 13 is my new magic number. So I go, hey, what's 13 divided by 7? How many times can 7 go into 13 without going over? Well, I know 7 times 1 is 7. I know 7 times 2 is 14. Already, I'm like, it can't go in there 2 times because 7 times 2 is 14. That's going over. I can't go over. I have to try to get it. I try to get it exactly, but then if it's not exactly, then what I have to do is get as close as I can. In this case, if I had 13 and I had 7 groups, I could only get 1 in each group evenly, with none left over. Okay, so I put the 1 up here above the 3 because we're dealing with the ones place now. So I just divided. Now I'm going to multiply. So now I do 7 times this 1 I just wrote up here. Okay, I multiply the 7 times whatever number I just wrote. So that was a 1. 7 times 1 is 7. Where do I write that 7? I write it under the 13. I write it under the 13. My next step is to subtract. So I need to do 13 minus 7. 13 minus 7, I can't do that, so then I'm just going to borrow. 13 minus 7 is 6. 13 minus 7 is 6. Okay, my next step is to bring down. Is there anything left to bring down? There's not. So if you reach the point, you reach the end, and there's nothing left to bring down, and you still have a number here, you know what that number is? Yep, that number is your remainder. So 83 divided by 7 is 11, with a remainder of 6. This is the standard algorithm for division. It requires a lot of practice. Okay? It just requires a lot of repetition. And you may not get it the first time, and that's okay. You may not get it the second time, but you will eventually get there. I promise, as long as you just keep practicing it and you just remember these steps. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. And it's just those steps over and over again. Good luck.
Lori Ryer is in the building. She